Hello everyone. Today we will be starting with next chapter, that is chapter 12, Introduction to Acid and Base. First, can you tell questions? We consume many food items in our daily life. Example, lemon, tamarind, tomato, sugar, vinegar, salt, etc. Do all items taste similar? No. Write the taste of lemon, sugar, the different objects given, substances given. Lemon is sour, sugar is sweet, curd is sour, lime is bitter, baking soda is bitter, amla is sour, tamarind is sour, raw mango sour, pomegranate it is sweet, water is tasteless. So you have to categorize the given items into sour, astringent, sweet, bitter, tasteless, okay, depending on their taste. Now we may start with the chapter. The first part of the chapter, it is an introduction about acids and bases. I have written the general properties which have been given in those paragraphs here. Acids, they are having sour taste, they are soluble in water, they are corrosive in nature. That means if it falls on our skin, then we get a burning sensation. The skin could burn if it is concentrated or if it is a strong acid, and it can destroy the objects on which it falls. The acids are of two types, natural acids and mineral acids. Natural acids could also be called as carbonic acids because it contain more amount of carbon. It is not carbonic acid, it is just a general name given, carbonic acids, okay, to show that it contains carbon. Weak acids, they are generally weak acids. Mineral acids are strong acids which we use in laboratories, like H2SO4, that is sulfuric acid, HCl, that is hydrochloric acid, nitric acid. These are examples of mineral acids, and they are very strong acids. When they are concentrated, its strength could be reduced by diluting it with water. Okay, you have to take water and you have to add the acid drop by drop into it. Okay, but if you take acid and then you put water, then it could explode because it is a highly exothermic reaction. Exothermic reaction means the reaction in which heat is given out, okay, more. Now in this case, the strong acids means the concentration of acid is more in that solution, and dilute means there is little amount of water in it. Okay, so this is about acids. Now the next is bases. Bases are astringent or bitter in taste. They are slippery to touch. Example, lime water, that is CaOH twice. Baking soda, that is sodium bicarbonate or NaHCO3. Caustic soda is sodium hydroxide or NaOH. You may mark this in your textbook. They can ask this as objective questions to write the molecular formula or the chemical name of baking soda. What is chemical name of baking soda? Sodium bicarbonate. What is its molecular formula? It is NaHCO3. What is caustic soda? General name is caustic soda. Chemical name is sodium hydroxide. Molecular formula is NaOH. This is calcium hydroxide. Okay, so this is about acids and bases. Now bases could also be inflammatory if it is concentrated. Okay, if the concentration of the base in a solution is more and if it falls on your skin, it could be inflammatory. That means it could cause some damage because the reaction releases heat. Now the next term is indicator. What do you mean by indicator? The substances which change color in presence of acid or base, it is called as indicators. I repeat, the substances which change color in presence of acid or base. So if you are given a solution and you have to find out whether it is an acid or a base, you may use indicators. So with the help of indicators, you can come to know whether the given solution is acid or base, whether it is acidic or basic. Now indicators are of two types, natural and synthetic. There are olfactory indicators also. So in our syllabus there are two types of indicators, natural and synthetic. Natural indicators, example hibiscus, red cabbage. That means the natural substances which we use as indicators come under natural indicators, and the chemical substances come under synthetic indicators, example methyl orange, phenolphthalein, etc. Okay, now on page number 84, first there is a table which has been given, in which they have shown the original color of the indicator, the color of that particular indicator in acid, and the color of that particular indicator in bases. Okay, you may see the first one is litmus paper. Litmus paper is a paper. It is a kind of paper which is produced, which is prepared from a plant which is called as lichen. Okay, lichen means dagad phool or lichen. It is also called as lichen. It is given on page number 83. Okay, in the box they have given the paper. Litmus paper is made by an extract of lichen plant. It is red or blue colored. There are two types of litmus paper. One is blue colored litmus paper, other is red colored litmus paper. The blue colored litmus paper, if it is dipped into an acid solution, then it will turn red. If it is dipped into a base solution, then it will remain blue. It don't change its color. Next is litmus paper red. If you dip a red litmus paper into an acid, then it will remain red, and if you dip it into a base, it will turn blue. So you may remember that blue litmus turns red in acid and red litmus turns blue in bases. Methyl orange is another indicator whose original color is orange. In acid its color will be pink. That means if you pour methyl orange indicator into an acid solution, the color will become pink. If you have taken a base in a test tube, and if you are pouring methyl orange to it, then it will turn yellow. Okay, that means pink means that solution is acid and yellow means that solution is base. Phenolphthalein, its original color is colorless, but in acid, if you add phenolphthalein to an acid, it will remain colorless. If you add phenolphthalein to a base, it will turn pink. Okay, the color of the solution will turn pink. Next is hibiscus. These methyl red, the original color is red. In acid its color is red, and in base its color is yellow. Okay, in base its color is yellow. Now I have added some natural indicators to that table. The first one is hibiscus. Okay, the hibiscus is of different colors. Okay, hibiscus means shoe flower. That hibiscus, with the help of that hibiscus, we can produce natural indicators. In acid it shows red color, and in base it shows green color. Rose, you know about rose. It is red in acidic conditions and green in basic conditions. Turmeric, haldi. Okay, turmeric, you know that it is yellow in color, but in acid, if you add it to an acid, then its yellow color is maintained, and if you add it to a base, it turns red. It changes its color to red. Red cabbage, it is originally purple in color. Neutrally it is purple, but in acidic conditions it is red in color, and in basic conditions it is greenish yellow in color. Now this chart you may fill it in your textbook. Okay, you may add these to your textbook also, otherwise you may write in your notebook. Page number 84. Okay, figure 12.2, table 12.2, indicators and their colors in acid and base. Okay, we have finished with that. Now towards the left, domestic indicator. Domestic indicator means the indicator which we can produce at home, we can make at home. Example, turmeric. You have to crush turmeric, make it into a powder, make it into a solution, and dip a filter paper into it, dry it, then you can get a turmeric paper. Okay, making of natural indicator, that you may read. Okay, you have to just now I told you how to make it. You have to crush it, you have to powder it, you have to make a solution, dip the filter paper or an ordinary paper, and then you have to dry it. Okay, Now put some drops of following substances on the indicator papers prepared by the above method and write the effect in the following table. Okay, that table we will see the next. Now the next, put some drops of various substances on the indicator papers prepared by the above method and write the effect in the following table. I have drawn the table here. So substance, these are the substances which are being added to the different indicators which you have produced. In your textbook they have given only turmeric. I have added about hibiscus, rose and red cabbage. Okay, now you have to take a solution of lime juice. Lime juice means nimbu pani. Okay, lime juice. To that you may add hibiscus indicator. Okay, the extract which you have prepared, it remains red which, and in rose also it remains red, in turmeric it remains yellow, in red cabbage it remains red. Now in the other table you had studied the colors of these extracts when it is acidic condition or when it is basic conditions. Now you may see that the hibiscus remains red. It is red under acidic conditions, okay, and green under basic conditions. Okay, so it remains red and this also remains red, this remains yellow and this remains red. That means it is acidic. Okay, now to lime water. Lime water means calcium hydroxide chuna. Okay, chunacha pani, that is calcium hydroxide. To that if you add hibiscus, if it will turn green, rose will also turn green, turmeric turns red and red cabbage turns greenish yellow, which means that it is basic in nature. Okay, next is vinegar. If you add hibiscus extract, it remains red, rose also remains red, turmeric remains yellow, red cabbage remains red, that means it is acidic. Next is baking soda. If hibiscus is added, it turns green. Okay, if rose is added, it turns green, turmeric it turns red and red cabbage turns greenish yellow, that means it is basic. So this table shows that hibiscus is red under acidic conditions and green under basic conditions. Okay, rose is red under acidic conditions, green under basic conditions. Turmeric is yellow in acidic conditions and red in basic conditions. Red cabbage is red in acidic condition and greenish yellow in basic conditions. So if you have been given a solution, you have to find out whether it is acidic or basic. Then you may add any of these indicators and see the color. According to the color change, you can tell whether the given solution is acidic or basic. Now tamarind, okay, it, you know that it contains tartaric acid, that means it is acidic. So hibiscus, it remains red, rose it remains red, turmeric it remains yellow, red cabbage it remains red, that means it is an acid. Okay, now page number 84, try this question. Take baking powder, add little water to it. Add this solution on lime juice, vinegar, orange juice, apple juice, etc. and note the findings. What do you observe on addition of baking soda solution in the fruit juice? Okay, you have taken what you have taken baking powder. When you add baking powder to vinegar, orange juice, apple juice, etc., you can see bubbles coming out from it. Okay, because baking powder is basic and these juices are acidic. So there is a reaction between basic and acidic conditions. Okay, so the answer is on addition of baking soda solution in the fruit juices, bubbles are produced because fruit juice is acidic. Okay, so by this simple activity we can find out whether the given solution, whether the given sample is acidic or basic. Now on the next page, page number 85, try this question. Under the guidance of the teacher, take vinegar, lime juice, ammonium hydroxide and dilute hydrochloric acid in different test tubes. Add drops of the following indicators in them. Also dip litmus papers in these solutions. Observe and record the following table. Okay, so you have to find out the sample, okay, the nature of the sample, whether it is acidic or basic. I have drawn the table. You may see the first sample is of vinegar. It shows no change if red litmus is added to it. If blue litmus is added, it turns red. So acid turns blue litmus red. So blue litmus turns red means the given sample is acidic. Okay. Phenolphthalein, there is no change. Methyl orange turns red. Now methyl orange I had written in the other table. Okay, methyl orange turns red means that it is acidic, and turns yellow means it is basic. So here it is turning red, that means the given sample is acidic. Now the next is lime juice. Red litmus, no change. Blue litmus turns red. Phenolphthalein, there is no change. Methyl orange turns red, that means the given sample of lime juice is acidic. Now the next is ammonium hydroxide. It turns red litmus blue. Blue litmus remains blue. Phenolphthalein turns pink and methyl orange turns yellow. That means the given sample of ammonium hydroxide is basic. Next is HCl, that is hydrochloric acid. So red litmus, there is no change. Blue litmus turns red. Phenolphthalein, no change. Methyl orange turns red. Okay, that means it is acidic. Next is HNO3, that is nitric acid. Red litmus, no change. Blue litmus turns red. Phenolphthalein, there is no change. Methyl orange turns red. That means the given sample is acidic. So from this we can come to know whether the given substance, given sample is acidic or basic. Now in the textbook you may see there are some questions. Can you tell questions? First, what happens when sour substances like lime juice, tamarind water falls on Shahbaz stones or kitchen platform? Okay, now Shahbaz stones are made up of calcium carbonate, which is a base. Okay, and these juices, it contains acid in it. They will react and a white colored deposit, you can see a white colored deposit on the surface of kitchen platforms, which could be cleaned with water. Okay, because of the reaction. Next, you have to collect soil samples. You have to find out whether it is acidic or alkaline or neutral. Alkaline could be same as basic. Which substances are used to clean greenish stains on copper vessels and to shine blackish silver utensils? Now in our homes, what do? We use tamarind extract or lemon extract, okay, lemon or tamarind, to clean these vessels or silver vessels or copper vessels. Why? Due to exposure to moisture and other gases in the atmosphere, it reacts with the gases in the atmosphere and form a coating of different compounds, of their compounds on the surface, due to which their color, original color, it changes. Now if we clean them with acids, okay, weak acids, now if we clean them with these weak acids of tamarind extract, lemon extract, etc., these acids will react with those compounds and it will remove that layer, and the original layer, you can see, that means it starts shining again. Next question is, why toothpaste is used for brushing teeth? Okay, why toothpaste is used? Now when we eat, we are eating different kinds of food, and there are chances of the particles, food particles, being remaining in our mouth. Due to that, the bacteria which are present in the mouth, it can react with those particles and produce acid. Okay, so the bacteria reacts with sugar which we eat and it is converted into acid, and that acid could be harmful to our tooth enamel. So those acidic conditions, so there are acidic conditions which are formed in our mouth due to those reaction of bacteria. To neutralize that acidic effect, toothpaste is used, and toothpaste is basic in nature. Okay, so we can use the toothpaste which are basic in nature and reduce the acidic conditions, because they react with each other and the acidic conditions are neutralized. Okay, I will be giving you the answers. These questions are very important. You may write the answers in your notebook. Go through the textbook, read thoroughly. If you are having any doubt, you may ask. Thank you.